You've heard of football families: the Mannings, the Matthews, the Watts. But before those names echoed through stadiums, there was another pair. Two brothers from the plains of Kansas. Hardworking, quiet, the type of fellows that didn't chase after the spotlight. Their name? Dannenhauer. Back in 1960, the Denver Broncos were a little more than a stitch on yellow and brown uniforms. Bill arrived in camp, and on paper, he looked like the real prize. Three-time little All-American at Emporia State, drafted by the Baltimore Colts back in '56, a man who had tasted in the NFL, although briefly. But in 1958, he was no longer blocking defensive linemen. He was pumping gas at a service station in Kansas, wondering if his NFL career had passed him by. Then came a spark. A new league, a new team, a chance to start again. So Bill packed up his family and headed west, hoping that Denver would give him the second chance that Baltimore never did. And for a moment it did, for 4 games. Then came a trade to Boston, and by 1961, Bill's professional football career flickered out. But this isn't a story about the brother whose career ended. It's about the one whose career hadn't yet started. Because while Bill's time in Denver was short, something remarkable happened in its shadow. From 1960 to 1965, Dannenhauer became one of the most reliable, decorated, and respected offensive linemen in the entire American Football League. 6 seasons anchoring the right side, multiple All-Pro, All-AFL honors from Associated Press, from UPI, from the league itself. 2 AFL All-Star invitations. In 4 of his 6 seasons, he was considered one of the greatest at his position. He protected Frank Tripucka during the wild, pass-happy early days of the AFL when Tripucka led the league in attempts 2 out of 3 seasons. And he sits in the Broncos Ring of Fame in small part because of the man who helped keep him upright. A man who wasn't a star recruit, wasn't a prize signing. In fact, Denver never scouted him, they didn't talk to him, and they didn't even know his name. So how did he get there? Well, when Bill Dannenhauer was invited to camp, the coaches knew they needed more people to show up. They needed more players, so they asked a simple question. Do you know anyone else who could play? And Bill knew someone else. His brother, Eldon Dannenhauer, one of the finest players in those young Broncos days, arrived in Denver simply because Bill said, yeah, my brother. So he tagged along with Bill to Broncos camp and stayed for 6 award-filled seasons.